Hey everyone, happy Friday. Carol Hickman here with Chickstamper. Thanks for joining in today. Today is Friday, February 19th. Not too many days left in the month. It's still a celebration month. We just have a few days left. So be sure that you're remembering to place your orders and get them in by the 28th to receive all those great goodies that Celebration offers. Today I've got some really fun stuff. We're going to use the Fine Art Floral Suite, and we're going to be using that gilded leafing. I don't know about you, I've never used it before. I was kind of afraid of it and it just sat there, but now we're going to use it. I broke it out last week and I've just been having a ball, so I can't wait to show you how easy, it's really easy to use, and it's nothing to be afraid of. So if you have some, hopefully you'll feel comfortable breaking that out as well. I also want to remind you there are just a few days left to join my Stampin' Besties Club. So my Stampin' Besties and I, we met at a convention 10 years ago, and we've been best friends ever since. We have so much fun. We used to be able to get together a couple times a year through Stampin' Up, different events. They have both attended my retreat. I feel so blessed for that. And so many of my local Phoenix customers have met Hetty and Lisa, and we have a ball. We have decided we've put together an international, because Hetty is in Canada and Lisa is on the East Coast. I'm out west. So we've put together this International Besties Club that we want to share with you guys. And we have some really fun ideas and plans coming ahead. So each month, we've got a kit that will ship out to you, and then we will be meeting on the second Saturday of every month, and that's for an optional Zoom. So if you're free, if you're available, you can join in on that Zoom with us. If you are fine with just the tutorial and want to do your projects, of course that's fine. If you are just unable that day to come and join us, it will always be recorded for you and you can play the replay. So you'll have access to that as well. So for this month, we just have a few more days to sign up, but I want to show you, we're using the Ice Cream Corner Suite, which is on page 48 of the mini. And in the kits this month, everybody will receive a half pack of the Designer Series paper, a half pack of this gorgeous rainbow glimmer paper. Isn't it gorgeous? I just love it. And a full bolt of the Blackberry Bliss ribbon, and a full pack of the ice cream sprinkles, because you can't make ice cream without the sprinkles, right? So cute. And then everybody has the option, so it's purely optional, to add on the stamp set and the punch as a bundle. And that bundle pricing, when you add that on, you only pay the catalog price. So the tax and shipping I'm taking care of as my treat for you. This month, we're also using, just as an extra add-on, is the Shimmery Crystal Effects. So if you're already part of the club, you want to be sure that you order some of the Shimmery Crystal Effects and have that on hand when you put together this month's projects, or you can order it as part of your add-on. So we can talk more about that as well. But in today's description of today's video is the link where you can find out all the information, answer a lot of your questions, but no, you can always send me a message or a text, email, with any questions you have. But Monday's the last day to subscribe for March. It's our inaugural kit. We have, again, some really fun things planned, and an extra special monthly gift for you. So we just want to say thank you. So let me give you just a quick sneak peek of my cards. So there's three designers. Each of us is creating 2 cards. So you'll have products prepped for you to make 6 full cards in your kit. And then of course you'll have leftover papers and sprinkles and ribbon and things like that that you'll be able to use on your own projects. So here's my 2 cards. And this one is a shaker card using those cute sprinkles. And then this one uses the beautiful glimmer paper. So this design, we're actually using this similar design today because I just want to show you different ways to be able to use it. It's a design that obviously the card can be turned this way, maybe not for the ice cream card, but for different designs. So today we've actually turned it on its side. Okay, you guys. So thank you. I hope that you'll join in. I hope that you'll join us for the fun. We want to share our bestie friendship because we've had so much fun through the years, and we thought, let's let everybody else come and join our Stampin' Besties group. So that's what we're doing. Alrighty, so today's projects are using the Fine Art Floral Suite, which is on page 32 in your mini catalog. And this suite is just so gorgeous. There's different components to it. I love that it has the gold. It has the acetate. It has the gilded leafing, which is in gold. So we're going to play with that. Even the ribbon has little threads of gold in it. Hi, Linda. Hi, Lisa. What group? Stampin' Besties Club? Maybe that group? Is that what? I'm sorry, Linda. I'm not sure what you're asking. So that's okay. You can watch the beginning on replay or check the description of this video. In there, I've got a link for the information, all the information to join our Stampin' Besties Club. It's actually my Stampin' Besties, the three of us. We've gotten together and formed a great group. So, hey, Denise, how are you guys doing today? Okay, ladies, so we are using the Fine Art Floral Suite today. I'm going to flip my camera down and let's take a peek at all this gorgeous product. Hang on here. And while we're doing that too, I'm just going to check on my laptop and check the view that we've got, because sometimes it's, so I overshot that a little bit. Sorry, guys. Don't mean to make you feel ill. Okay, let's look. So we've got the Art Gallery stamp set and the Floral Gallery dies. Aren't these great? I've used this die today on some of the designer paper and cut out this gorgeous flower that we're going to be using as well. And then you'll notice that I use this die for one of our sentiments today. Okay, and we've got this really cute painted texture 3D embossing folder. So this is part of this suite as well. And the ribbon, oh gosh, this is so gorgeous. The Fine Art ribbon, can you see that? It's just got little threads of gold in there. So, so pretty. And then the gold leafing comes in this jar, but wait until you see the container, because when you open this jar, it just gets really big, and you'll need a big container to contain it. But it just helps you use it, and I'll show you mine in a little bit. Okay, then I wanted to show you the acetate that comes with this set. It's called the Golden Garden Designer Acetate. And two of the pieces are designed to coordinate with the designer paper. See how that sits right on top there and matches up with the paper underneath. Then we have this set of acetate that does the exact same thing. Here's the designer paper, and then it sits right on top. So what a gorgeous scrapbook page. This one would be gorgeous for scrapbooking, right? And just put a nice photo and maybe just a little words, but just let the paper do all the beauty behind it. And then there's one more piece of acetate, and this one is meant to just be cut and used on your projects. It doesn't line up with any paper, to my knowledge anyway. In the catalog, when you look at those pages, make sure you don't miss that designer acetate, because it is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Hey, Bonnie. Thanks for joining in today, you guys. Okay, let's take a peek. I want to show you the two cards that we're going to make today. So the first one, now this uses the same basic design as my club card, right? I just turned it on its side. And I'm not sure, I want you to be able to see the gold. This is the gold leafing on these flowers that I did, and I'm gonna show you how I did that today. Isn't that gorgeous? I hope it shows up on camera for you. And then the second card uses the acetate paper. You can see it coordinates with the designer paper below it. And hopefully you can see that. And then look what I did here for the gold leafing. So I'm going to show you that. See how the edges of each of these lower rectangles is edged in gold? That's the gold leafing. Isn't that fun? Okay, so let's do it. We'll do this one first. So I've got bases of Mossy Meadow for both cards. And just a reminder, and both cards actually also have a 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece of Mossy Meadow for their next layer on the card front. But keep in mind, all of the dimensionals, measurements, I should say, all the measurements are on my blog. They'll post later this afternoon with the video at chickstamper.com, and you'll be able to print out the PDF tutorial that has all of your measurements for you, okay? Alrighty, so let's get our card base here. I've just scored it right in the middle. And again, we've got this top layer that's just gonna go right down on the card base. We've got this gorgeous paper. And what I did, because it doesn't need a lot of adhesive, but I also don't want the adhesive to show through, I put a thin layer of adhesive right along this edge that would eventually be covered up with the ribbon. So we're gonna do that. Just a small amount. And if I go off, I'll just be able to fold my adhesive back over. So I'm okay with that. Just get a little bit on the front there. So I can just fold my adhesive over. And just line this up. Oh, you know what I almost forgot? On the silver side, see how it's silver on the back? So if you wanted to use silver in your design, but the silver side has that protective film. So peel that off. Sometimes I forget, so if you forget, it's not really the end of the world. But it will make it a little brighter if you remember to peel that off. But that just keeps it from getting scratched when it's being shipped to you and things. Okay, so that's pretty easy. So I'm just gonna glue this right down on here. It goes top to bottom, but I'm gonna leave a little bit of the green edge. And you don't have to, it was just, I just thought I wanted a little bit of that green to peek out. Okay, I wanna make sure I'm getting it the right direction that I want. Yes. Okay, so top to bottom. There we go. So an easy way to cover this edge up is with ribbon, right? And we could use the full thickness of this beautiful ribbon, but I want to be able to have enough space to put these rectangles in. So I trimmed my ribbon in half lengthwise. So let me just cut a piece here. And then you can see I used the other half of the strip to make this little bow. So I'm gonna make my strip a little longer than normal, just because I wanna be sure that I have enough for a bow. So in your card kits, remember everybody who orders today through Monday, well, I didn't cut that very straight. Let me get some bigger scissors, I think it will help. Everybody who orders $35 or more And it's celebration time, so you probably want to make sure that you order in $50 increments to get the best deal from Stampin' Up. You'll receive the card kits next week in the mail. And so when I send them out, you'll have the ribbon, the papers, everything. You'll just need to add your stamps and your ink and your adhesives. So I'm just going to trim this a little bit because I did make it a little, there we go. Okay. So we can put our adhesive on the back now, because once we get our ribbon on and wrapped it onto the back, we'll be able to place this onto our card base. Okay, let's take a peek. And we might have to trim it a little bit, but that's okay, because I made it a little long, because I wanted enough, long enough to be able to tie that bow with the extra piece. So that's okay. And we can trim off any little scragglers. No worries. Okay. There we go. So now it has adhesive on it. Let me get a little more adhesive on these ribbon little ends here. And then we're ready to go onto our card base. And we'll work on those rectangles. I hope you guys try this gold leafing because it is so beautiful. Alrighty. So let me show you what we're gonna do. I've already made 2 of our triangles ready to go. You can see that they have the gold leafing on them. And to do that, I'm just gonna use my tear and tape. And I'm gonna do the long sides first. And my only suggestion here is to be extra sure that you get it all the way to the edge. When I first made my first sample a few days ago, I thought I was at the edge and I was a little off. And then when I put the gold on, it was okay because I just trimmed the white, the rectangle, but it had a little white edge along part of it that today I'm trying to avoid for you. So let me lift up these pieces because then it'll allow me to do the side pieces. So we're just gonna fold these over, and you won't really notice if you have any little lumps in here or anything. Because it's just so gorgeous. I've really had fun. And I thought, oh, is this gonna be kind of one of those messy things? And it's not messy. I don't mind, you know, when little pieces, some people don't like glitter and things like that. So you may decide you want to use this somewhere where it won't get anywhere, because there might, see how there's even little pieces here. But okay, so I took off the covering off of my tear and tape, so now it's sticky. So now let's get into our container. This is the container that I'm using for the gilded leafing. See how big it is? But I'm kind of glad it's big because this is one container of gilded leafing. Isn't that funny? But it works out really well. Now I'm just going to take this piece and put it right inside. And I hope you guys can see that. And I'm just pressing down on all these flakes of gold. And look, here's my rectangle. Isn't that funny? But I've got a little sponge in here, and I'm just going to clean everything up. And quickly, all of the extra falls below to be used for my next project. And then I just keep moving around to a clean spot on my sponge. Isn't that cool, you guys? Now this morning I was making the rectangles, the other two, because I didn't want you to have to sit and watch me make all of them. And something must have happened with my tape. I think maybe I had lotion on my hands or something. And I had a little open area where the gold didn't adhere to. And I thought, oh my goodness, but it was no big deal at all. I just took extra tear tape and went right over that place and redid it in the gold. Just a little piece. So it's really easy. It's very forgiving. I guess that's probably why I like it the most. But isn't that cool? So obviously with the tear and tape, you're going to get nice straight edges. And another way that you can do it is with stamping. And we're going to stamp, here's some little flyaway pieces. We're going to stamp on our next card. So I'll be able to show you that process as well. Okay. So I hope you'll try that, guys. Isn't that so cool? So these are just going to go down with adhesive. I'm using my Seal Plus tape adhesive because my Erin Phoenix sometimes gets a little dry, so I need lots of good adhesive. So I'm just going to decide where I want this first one. Then I'm going to do the top one and kind of line it up in the corner in the same spots that I just did that one in. Let's see. Come on. Sorry, you guys. There we go. Okay, there we go. So let's do the top part. And again, I'm just lining it up in these corners, trying to do the same thing that I did down below. And then the middle one, we'll just line up for the middle. Okay. So I've got my postage stamp, rectangular postage stamp punch, and that's what I'm going to use for these top layers. So easy. So I've got some of this gorgeous designer paper, and I'm just gonna come in from the side here and get a couple of pretty punches there. And so these we'll put up on dimensionals because we want them to pop up off of that gold. There we go. And then when I put this on, the inner edge, of course, is going to be hidden, so you won't see it. All you'll see is the gorgeous gold layering. Isn't that fun? So fun. And this is a way that you can use the gold leafing, the gilded leafing, in a way other than with your heat tool and the heat and stick embossing powder. We are going to use that next though, because I want to show you how I did it. Okay, we're so close. Let's get a scrap of petal pink and let's do a little stamping. We're going to stamp off our flower though. Let's see. We've got this big flower from the, nope, sorry, wrong stamp. That's for our next one. We've got this cute little flower grouping. I'm using Poppy Parade ink, but I want to stamp it off a little so it's not quite as dark because I want to put my words over it. Okay, and then I've got my Mossy Meadow ink, and I'm gonna add the word sorry. So I thought this would be a pretty sympathy card, something we never want to have to send, but sometimes life dictates that we do need to send it. So there's our word sorry. And we'll just come in and punch that. There we go. And then this one, of course, will go up on dimensionals as well, so that it matches its little friends there. Alrighty, let's put that on the middle. So cute. And then let's find our little leftover piece of ribbon here. I'm just going to tie a little bow. I just want a tiny one, but I want to be able to use the other half of the ribbon. Okay. Let's trim it. And get a few little scragglers, so let's trim those. Now, if you wanted to just put the full thickness, you could. You would just have to overlap your paper over here to have room. But there's nothing wrong with that. That would work. Okay, so let's get a little glue dot here. And then I wanted to add some gilded gems because they're gold, so they obviously coordinate with everything. And I'm just using the little baby ones here. But I thought they'd just add a little bit to this sentiment rectangle punched area here. Okay, isn't that cute? I love it. Let's stamp the envelope and the coordinating piece for the inside. And you can stamp it off if you want, or you can just go straight down. I'm just going to do straight with first generation of ink. Oh, let's see. Okay. Let's put this inside our pretty card. There we go. Isn't that pretty? I think it makes a good sympathy card. Obviously, it could be any kind of I'm sorry card. But I love the way that the acetate specialty paper coordinates with the paper underneath, and it's just gorgeous. It's beautiful, beautiful, sweet. All right, you guys, I hope you like card number 1. Now we're gonna go into card number 2. Let me just clean up a little bit here. And let me adjust the camera because I can see online that it's not showing that full website here. So let's see if that helps you see it a little better. There we go. Okay, so now this next card, this is where I stamped and used the heat and stick powder and then the gold leafing over it. So I want to show you how I did it. I've got some samples here because I've already done a few of them. So I did two of the flowers this morning, And this poppy flower I haven't done yet. So this is the designer paper. So I actually used my die on the designer paper, which y'all know I love to do because it just makes life really easy, right? So I love when the dies coordinate with the paper like that. And it's very abstract, but I think it works. It's just really cute. Okay, so I've got one of my stamps, and this is because this stamp set is two-step stamping. There is the background stamp, which you would typically do in a lighter ink color, or stamped off. If you want to use the same ink color, just stamp off your ink once or twice and then stamp this image down. Here is the image that you would want the darker or full strength ink, and you're going to stamp right on top of that. So what I've done basically is use the same die that you would cut out your stamped image with. I've cut out the designer paper. Now we're going to go and use the secondary stamp, which we would normally stamp on top of in darker. We're going to use that for our gold. So I'm stamping in Versamark ink, and I'm using the heat and stick powder, which is on the same page in the suite because it's one of the ways to adhere the gold leafing. All right. So I'll put those down here. Let me just show you what we're doing. So the Versamark ink is like a watermark ink. You've probably used it before, but it's a great way to heat emboss. But today we're just going to use our heat tool on low. So I'm going to stamp this right onto this designer paper. Try to make sure that it's good and juicy. And then I'm going to pour my heat and stick powder over it. And I'm going to grab it with my tweezers, and I'm trying to grab a place that doesn't have a lot of powder. So it's okay, because however it comes out, it's going to be gorgeous. It's, again, a very abstract concept. So let me use the heat tool just on low, and I just want it to get glossy. It's a little different than embossing, where you already have everything on here, right? I'm just trying to get it heated enough so that it becomes sticky. And when it gets sticky, then I can put it into my gold leafing. Okay, here we go. So I'm just going to go down in here, and I'm going to press because I want everything to stick to that powder. And then we're just going to do the same thing we did before. Look how covered it is. But we're just going to use our sponge and wipe off the excess, because that excess we'll obviously be able to use and use many times over. So getting one jar of the gold leafing is all you need. It's going to last you for quite a while. Okay, this one came out really pretty. They're always a little different. Just depends how much ink gets on there, how much the powder gets warm. There's a lot of variables. So when you do this on your 3 different flowers for this particular card, every single one's going to come out a little different, which I think is cool, because no flowers are exactly alike. I hope you can see that, you guys. Oh, I didn't get the lid on fast enough. Okay, so now I've got my 3 flowers that I want to use on my card. Isn't that fun? Hi, Cheryl. Yes, you need to try this. And have fun with it. Just know that you're going to maybe run your vacuum after. And that's okay. All righty. So let's put this card together. Put these off to the side. And we've got the same thing that we're starting with. Mossy Meadow for our card base. And the 4" by 5 1/4" piece of Mossy Meadow that's going to go on top. So I wanted to use that beautiful embossing folder. It's the Painted Texture embossing folder. Oh, excuse me, I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Oh my gosh. You can see that it's a 3D embossing folder, and it just gets really deep lines and grooves. It's just gorgeous. So I wanted to use that on this card. So we're just going to put it right here on a piece of Petal Pink, and this top piece is Bumblebee. So I'm going to do that first, and then we'll run some ribbon over it. So again, this goes piece to piece, or edge to edge, I should say. And this is the take off of that ice cream card, right? So I wanted to show you all the different ways you can use that same design. Okay, that didn't get exactly as straight as I would like. Let's see. I can try again. Okay, so we've got our fine art ribbon. We're just going to cut a piece that we can put straight across. We'll just attach it in the back. Add a little bit more adhesive and put this right onto our piece for our card top. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use a little bit of, oh darn it, it looks like I cut this one a little long. That's okay, we'll put it on there, and then I'll trim it off a little bit. I forgot that I originally cut pieces that were just going to go onto the card front, and then I decided to add this extra piece of Mossy Meadow. Silly, silly me. Okay, let's fix that. And now let's lift it up just a little and get that ribbon back inside. Oh, looky there, it all saved. Phew. And we'll add a little bit more of adhesive. Okay. Well, I'm trying to straighten it out, you guys, I'm sorry. Okay, now it looks good. Let's put that onto our card base. So it's just gonna go straight down. I'm gonna center it. There we go. Okay, so now we've got these gorgeous flowers that we made with the gilded leafing added to them. And let's put them up with some dimensionals so that they'll pop a little bit. And I don't really need much, but I'm trying to straddle the ribbon a little bit because it's, I don't want to make the flowers bumpy. So there's really no wrong or right, because anything's going to look gorgeous. So we'll do the same thing over here. And I don't need a dimensional in the middle because that ribbon's there, and that'll help hold up the flower a little bit. And then we'll put the yellow one in the middle, or bumblebee, I should say. And we'll just put a couple dimensionals there. Oh, so gorgeous. I hope you can see how pretty it is. Okay, so let's stamp the sentiment. And I cut out a petal pink. Let's get a different one here. A petal pink piece with the dies from the set that are so gorgeous. We're gonna add a sentiment that says, I'm thinking of you. I've been doing, you guys might have seen on Facebook or Instagram, I've been doing 40 days of kindness cards, sending out a card a day. Just started this week, so you could join in and catch up. But thinking of you cards are great cards to use for that. So any kind of card, just any reason card, I should say, just to let somebody know you're thinking of them, especially right now this week with all these storms, and everybody's having a very difficult time in the majority of our country right now, weather-wise, aren't they? So if that includes you, if you're watching the replay, I hope that things are going okay for you. It seems like maybe the weather's getting better, but I'm not sure people still have power and water yet. So I've been praying for y'all, and I hope you get it back soon. Okay, this says I'm thinking of you, and I'm just going to put it right down here. No wrong or right, just wherever you like it. And I'm going to add some more of those gilded charms, gilded gems, they're called, because they're just so stinking cute. So I think I'll do a big one and a couple little ones. Remember, all of these pieces will come in your card kits when they ship out on Tuesday. So remember that. It'll come right to you as my way of saying thank you so much for your order. So on the inside here, I stamped the same large flower with the Poppy Parade. And I think I will stamp it off a little bit and use that second generation stamp. So pretty. And the same thing on the envelope. Oh, let's see if I can line it up upside down to go back over that. Let's try on here. Otherwise, I'll just get a new envelope. But let's try to salvage it. Oh, how come it's stamping right here, you guys? Silly, silly stamp. Maybe it's my envelope. Okay, I'm going to call that good. And let's get our inside piece put in. Okay, there we go. So that's our second piece. So today I showed you 2 ways to use that gilded leafing. Now, I tried a different way and I was gonna use it and then I changed my mind. But another way that you can use it is to take your Versamark pad and kind of blob it over your paper and then use the heat and stick powder, heat it, put it in the gold leafing, and you've got a background, a gold background that you can then put a die cut or some flowers that you've fussy cut out or something on top of them. And that makes it really pretty too. So those are the 3 ways that I know to use it. You guys will have to tell me if you know some other ways. Yes, Lisa, it is a new Versamark. Versamark pads are meant to get ugly. They are so ugly because they're well loved and well used, and they stain and they pick up just different colors and different things when you're creating, and that's okay. Sometimes artwork is a little messy, like today's projects, but it's okay to be messy. Let me show you this week's thank you gift, you guys. With your class kits next week, I always send out a thank you, little pillow gift. Excuse me, my way of saying thanks so much for your order. Oh goodness, got some water. So this is the thank you for this week. It of course uses the same Fine Art Floral Suite, and it uses the dies, and I'm using those Gilded Gems again, the beautiful ribbon, and inside it holds 2 little Hershey Nuggets. Isn't that cute? Next week, the video will come out on that, so you'll be able to see how I made it, and the measurements and things like that. So keep that in mind. I'm gonna flip you up now, you guys. Hang on. Okay. Thank you. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Oh, hi, Carrie. Hey, Diane. No, Diane, I did not use the heat tool over the gold. I used it on one card to make the heat and stick powder sticky, and then went into the gold. I just then brushed the gold with the sponge afterwards, and that's all you need. But send me a message if that's not clear, hon, because I want you to be able to feel comfortable using it. You guys, guess what? So Sunday is my 12th Stampiversary. That means that I've been a demonstrator with Stampin' Up! For 12 years. And it's just, I've had the time of my life. But I thought what I'd do on Tuesdays, have a little Stampiversary party, because I want to celebrate with all of you guys. So I'm going to have an impromptu Facebook Live at 10 a.m. Arizona time, which is noon Eastern. And I want to show you some fun projects and how you can earn some prizes and things like that. And so we'll just have a little quick party, little Facebook Live party on Tuesday. So mark that down. I haven't posted or sent out any emails or anything about it yet, but that's coming. Also next Wednesday night, the 24th, I believe, is my last Wednesday of the month Paper Pumpkin Alternatives video at 6 p.m. So I'll be back showing you some fun projects. I like to do a scrapbook page and a little 3D item. My kit isn't here yet, but I see that it's shipped. So I'm hoping it arrives in time to do this video, which I think it will. So I look forward to seeing you on that. And then for our regular Friday mini class, I'll be back in 2 weeks on March 5th. So I'll have some cute things for that. Don't forget about Stampin' Besties Club. Lisa's on here and she will attest that we're gonna have a ball, and I'm just excited about the fun things that we planned. So think of it this way. You have 3 people's ideas instead of just mine. I think that's cool. 3 different styles. We all stamp a little differently, like a little bit different things in our stamping and in our card design. So that's fun. And I think that's really beneficial to you guys because you get 3 different types of stamping to see and to participate in and cards to make. So you get the best of 3 demos. 3. That's pretty dang exciting. And if you've seen us together, whether you're a demo yourself at a Stampin' Up! Event or one of my customers or downline or who have attended my retreat with them, you know, when we're together, it's crazy town. We have so much fun. So Lisa says she's so excited. I know she is. It makes my heart so happy that I get to do this with them. And for us, it's another way to get together and to talk and see each other on Zoom, but we'll take it at this point. We're used to, the three of us, we share a hotel room when we travel for Stampin' Up! Events. I mean, it's crazy town does not begin to say it. So it's a great friendship. I love them both so much, and I hope that you'll join our club because we want you to be part of our bestie group as well and join our bestie club. And some of the things that we've been doing as demonstrators for 10 years together, some of our little traditions, we're going to share with you, and we're going to bring you into the tradition itself. So I'm so excited. So much happening, you guys. I can't wait. Next Tuesday, anniversary party at 10 a.m. Wednesday night, Paper Pumpkin at 6 p.m. And then 2 weeks, I'll be back with another video here. But Monday, the 22nd, is your last day to sign up for Marches for our inaugural Stampin' Bestie kit. So look in the description of this video and click the link. And I hope you'll join us. Read what it's all about. Send me an email or message if you have any questions, you guys. Take care. I love you lots. Thanks so much for watching today. Bye-bye.